Welcome everybody, it's Tom, and in this video we are going to be talking about another cipher that was found inside Gorod Krovi, and this is by far my favorite one yet. Now this gives us the coolest information that I've seen inside cipher, at least yet, but maybe we'll get a better one down the road, but this one is absolutely amazing. It goes from talking about the origins of the Apothicons, this dark ether, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and I'm going to be talking about something, actually a little theory at the end, and it's a really cool idea. But let me read it for you guys, then we will actually break it down and talk about it. In the beginning, there were only keepers, but then corruption of the dark ether leached its way into the realm and twisted the minds of some keepers. These keepers turned into shadows of their former selves and eventually became Apothicons. So right away it gives us where Apothicons came from, and I think no one saw this coming, that the Apothicons are actually keepers. No one saw that coming, at least I didn't. So at one point they were actually keepers, but they got corrupted by this dark ether, another really cool idea no one's ever talked about. So this dark ether, it makes us question if there's multiple ethers, because we've always thought there's the ether, nothing else, but apparently we have a dark ether. So this could mean multiple things. It could mean there's a whole bunch of ethers. It could mean that there's just two different ethers. Maybe it's the dark ether and then just the ether. That'd be another idea. Or it's just that there's only one ether and it is the dark ether. It could be multiple things, but assuming what makes it sound, and the one I think it is that there's two ethers, the ether and the dark ether, is what happened, that the dark ether is where the Apothicons got corrupted from. And there is a cipher that kind of continues this story, but I'll save that for a different video because that takes a while to explain. But as you guys can see, is the ether actually a living thing? Because is this dark ether actually leech its own way? That's what it said. The dark ether leached its way into the realm and twisted the minds of some keepers. What is this dark ether? I have no idea what it is. Is it an actual breathing thing? No one's ever thought of the ether being a living thing. Well, I guess some people have, but we never really thought maybe it's alive and could be doing things. And this is really cool because we've actually never seen an Apothicon ourselves. We've seen these Margwas, we've seen the Shadow Man, which maybe he's a keeper, an Apothicon, but I really feel that the overlords that he's talking about are the actual keepers. Or another idea is that maybe he is one of these former keepers and now he's a shadow of their former self, which is pretty interesting because the Shadow Man says that about the people of that city, of Mark City and Shadows of Evil. He says they're shadows of them former selves, and they said the same thing about them. So one idea is that maybe the Shadow Man is a former keeper, so an Apothicon now, and he's actually responding to the Overlord, which his overlords are the Dark Ether or something along those lines, which is really cool. Another thing is that we've always heard about this evil inside the ether. Like we've heard back in Moon that Samantha talks about this evil that you couldn't even imagine or something along those lines, and we always thought she was in the ether, but was she actually in this dark ether? Also, you have to remember the MPD that she was in was a keeper made, so it's kind of confusing at this point, because you would think the keepers would use it. If there is two different ethers, why would they connect it to the dark ether? That's opening a gateway between this evil and your normal worlds. So this doesn't make any sense why they do it, because why exactly would they open this gate to this dark ether? I have no idea, unless it was a corrupted keepers. But how would the dark ether even get into the world in the first place? This brings up so many questions. Oh my gosh, I have no idea. So why would they build this? Unless it was the corrupted keepers that are now Apothicon, and they're the ones who built the MPDs. That'd be another interesting thing, because we saw back inside Thrice the Rock is that when the keeper entered, the MPD got corrupted and we had to cleanse the keeper. So the corrupted keeper is actually one step from becoming an Apothicon. So it's pretty interesting. I have no idea. Go ahead and tell me all your ideas about this. Tell me what you think. Do you think the MPD is actually a gateway to the dark ether, or is it just is a dark ether the same thing as the ether, just different parts of it or something like that? Go ahead and tell me any ideas down in the comments. But I'm going to go. If you guys did enjoy, go ahead and thumbs up and subscribe. If you guys want to stay tuned for more Gorod Krovi Easter eggs, tutorials, storyline, or anything like that. And I will catch you guys on my next video.